Still, the survey found, in practice, many rely instead on approaches that are better suited to predictable, stable environments, even when their own environments are known to be highly volatile or mutable. What's stopping these executives from making strategy in a way that fits their situation? We believe they lack a systematic way to go about it, a strategy for making strategy. Here we present a simple framework that divides strategy planning into 4 styles according to how predictable your environment is and how much power you have to change it. Using this framework, corporate leaders can match their strategic style to the particular conditions of their industry, business function, or geographic market. How you set your strategy constrains the kind of strategy you develop. With a clear understanding of the strategic styles available and the conditions under which each is appropriate, more companies can do what we have found that the most successful are already doing, deploying their unique capabilities and resources to better capture the opportunities available to them. When the cold winds blow. There are circumstances in which none of our strategic styles will work well. When access to capital or other critical resources is severely restricted by either a sharp economic downturn or some other cataclysmic event. Such a harsh environment threatens the very viability of a company and demands a 5th strategic style, survival. As its name implies, a survival strategy requires a company to focus defensively, reducing costs, preserving capital, trimming business portfolios. It is a short-term strategy intended to clear the way for the company to live another day, but it does not lead to any long-term growth strategy. Companies in survival mode should therefore look ahead, readying themselves to assess the conditions of the new environment and to adopt an appropriate growth strategy once the crisis ends. Finding the right strategic style. Strategy usually begins with an assessment of your industry. Your choice of strategic style should begin there as well. Although many industry factors will play into the strategy you actually formulate, you can narrow down your options by considering just 2 critical factors: predictability, how far into the future and how accurately you can confidently forecast demand, corporate performance, competitive dynamics, and market expectations, and malleability. To what extent can you or your competitors influence those factors? Put these 2 variables into a matrix, and 4 broad strategic styles, which we label classical, adaptive, shaping, and visionary, emerge. Each style is associated with distinct planning practices and is best suited to one environment. Too often, strategists conflate predictability and malleability, thinking that any environment that can be shaped is unpredictable, and thus divide the world of strategic possibilities into only 2 parts: predictable and immutable, or unpredictable and mutable, whereas they ought to consider all 4. So it did not surprise us to find that companies that match their strategic style to their environment perform significantly better than those that don't. In our analysis, the 3-year total shareholder returns of companies in our survey that use the right style were 4% to 8% higher on average than the returns of those that do not. Let's discuss each style in turn. Classical. When you operate in an industry whose environment is predictable but hard for your company to change, a classical strategic style has the best chance of success. This is the style familiar to most managers and business school graduates. 5 forces, blue ocean, and growth share matrix analyses are all manifestations of it. A company sets a goal, targeting the most favorable market position it can attain by capitalizing on its particular capabilities and resources, and then tries to build and fortify that position through orderly, successive rounds of planning.